of the show. It's Ray Quinn. Morning, Ray. How are you?
Morning, how are you?
Good, thank you. Legally Blonde, the movie, starred Reese Witherspoon. I think I've seen it, but honestly, I don't remember. And I think, if I'm being honest, it's probably one of those that I have to sit through with the missus. I'd been dragged
it's one
along.
of them films. It was crying out to be a musical. So now that it is, I tell you what, you'd be sitting there, you'd be taking the missus with you. You know what I mean? You'd be the one wanting to go see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the backstory?
Pretty much exactly the same as the film. The story: Elle Woods comes in and follows her true love, which is Warner I play, the love interest, as it were, and then she finds love elsewhere and follows this dream and becomes a massive, huge lawyer, and really successful at what she does.
This is the only Scottish show, and in the Aberdeen run, we're lucky to have an Aberdeen girl playing to a home crowd, Amy Lennox. Do you feel any anxiousness from Amy? Is she's heading out in front of family and friends, or is it different for you? Say, if you were playing Liverpool, is it different for you when you go out there and you know that you've got pals, you know that you've got friends, family out there?
Definitely makes it harder, because you want to almost impress more, because you've got your family watching and local people who've seen you grow up, I suppose. I've got to admit, she really is doing a great job. She's absolutely fantastic, and she will not let you down.
Aren't you nervous of work? I know I would be. Of working with a dog, because you've got Bruiser the Chihuahua in there, right?
Yes.
Now, the last thing that I would possibly want to have on stage with me is anything that was unpredictable, and a dog would probably be it. Is it?
To be honest, 9 times out of 10, they're absolutely fantastic. There are moments where they get a bit bored and just wander off, but if you're lucky enough to be in the audience to see that, you go away going, oh, I was in the one that happened, and
okay.
The other day something happened, and the bulldog came running on. In the scene and just jumped up on one of the guys, the UPS guy, and started humping him. And everyone was like, all the audience was just like a slow clap, I'm not sure whether this is supposed to be happening.
Well, that's one way of celebrating delivery, yeah.
The guy on stage, Lewis, he was absolutely crying. We had Nikki Evans and she was crying her eyes out laughing. I made the mistake,
of asking on Twitter earlier. I said, I've got Ray Quinn in the show. Anything that you'd like to ask, I should probably put some sort of filtering system in place. Some of them were a bit racy, right? But let's do this one from Amanda, who says, apart from the musicals you've already appeared in, which musical would you most like to star in, and which character would you most like to play?
I'd really love to do Tony Manero, Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah.
I think that's the one that really stands out in my head, because that was the first musical I ever went to see as a kid, and it blew me away. I remember watching it, and a friend who I've worked with, Sean Mulligan, he was the guy who played John Travolta in the show, and I've worked with him several times since, and I'm always going up to him going, oh mate, what was it like doing that? And he goes, stop asking me. You've asked, every time you see me, you ask me the same question. But I think that's probably definitely the one.
I know you can't borrow the suit. Is this it for you now? Are you happy in musicals, or do you fancy a crack at something different, another run on telly?
Do you know what? I'd love to have a go at something, different, and I don't, but I love my musicals. I really do. That's what I've trained for, musical theatre, since I was 3 years old. That's all I know, and it just seemed the right transition for me, really, from the X Factor and Dance on Ice to go into sort of theatre. But if TV's about and anything else, I'd definitely do it. You've got to grab the work while it's there.
Never say never. I'm thinking, because you've done X Factor, you romped Dancing on Ice. What about Strictly? No one's done the triple that I know of. Strictly Come Dancing.
So you say, I know, but do you know what? I wouldn't get away with it, because I trained 8 years solid.
Oh, they just think you were a ringer.
Well, semi-pro. I was I was only young, but I was taught by a professional, so I think I know a bit about it after 8 years.
Yeah, they suss you out. Legally Blonde, starring Ray Quinn and Aberdeen's Amy Lennox, an Aberdeen singer called Lennox. That could work. And a very talented cast on now at His Majesty's until June 2nd. Some tickets available from boxofficeaberdeen.com or 641122. Ray, thanks for coming in. See you next time.
Thanks, man.